Jeff Daniels joins me now. It's got to be nice to finally get a home match here. Thomas Kaiser's a pretty smart guy, Chris. You know, he studied 3 different subjects in college. We all remember what happened the last time the Saints lost a road game. So did the Panthers, unfortunately. Ron Rivera actually did not like these types of games, these primetime games, and it has certainly worked so far. Considering the Panthers head into Week 16, 9-1 in their last 10 games. Like that movie Groundhog Day for the Carolina Panthers, where actor Bill Murray keeps waking up and every day is exactly the same.
How do the Panthers plan to exploit the Giant injuries?
They will try and pressure Eli Manning as much as they possibly can. They did it against Drew Brees and had a lot of success here on Sunday. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Darren Williams. I mean, it's a laundry list of who's who on this team. What would you call me, like the Prince of the Grill? Because I'm burning stuff.
Maybe the Joker?
What does this mean to you? What was different about that performance Monday night that maybe we haven't seen consistently from him? You got to be pumped that you guys are 6-2 on the season now. Reporting from Bank of America Stadium, Doug Kuffner, NBC Charlotte. Perhaps you're a little more familiar with Kelvin Benjamin, Jericho Cotchery, or Jason Avant.
I was very unselfish, a lot of hard workers, and guys that want to prove themselves.
Then there's the other guy in the receiving corps, Taekwon Underwood.
We're just going to go out, work hard, and let our play speak for itself.
Taekwon eager to let his play be the topic of conversation. Right now, it's all about his hairstyle, which he may have borrowed from.
Come on, rock and swing. You gotta roll with Kid and play.
Or
It started as a joke with my friends, basically a dare, and I went through with it, and now I'm going to keep it until my playing days are over.
No problem with a do from start to finish each and every day, even during practice.
After having a helmet on for so long, I do have to adjust it a little bit, but it stays up.
It just keeps growing and growing.
It's very natural, soft, no chemicals, so I'm going to let it grow for as long as I can and see how high it can go.
Taekwon believes the new Panthers receiving corps will live up to those high expectations and continue to grow together as a unit. While hair was a hot topic of conversation for Underwood today, shoes might have been more appropriate to ask him about, considering he's got to fill Ted Ginn Jr.'s shoes in that receiving corps. Remember, Ginn had a huge year last year here in Carolina, but then left in the offseason to head to Arizona. We're going to find out if Underwood can fill those shoes over the next couple of weeks. Reporting from Panthers training camp in Spartanburg, Doug Kuffner, NBC Charlotte Sports.
Pick it up, go.
What is a warrior? A brave fighter?
Get up.
A West Iredale football player?
Full speed, man.
A selfless teammate?
All right, try to hit out the face mask.
I don't play for myself. I play for my team and for the love of the sport.
Dalton Edwards is a warrior in every sense of the word. A young man who showed his braveness and battled through the fight of his life last fall.
It's just mixed emotions. I mean, I knew something big was going to happen that day.
Something big did happen. Not just to Dalton and his family, but to the entire Statesville community.
Nobody realizes the effect that he's had on all these kids. He doesn't realize it.
Edwards and his teammates got a hard dose of reality one football Friday night last fall.
That's the hardest thing ever that I've done is, explain to my team that I can't play because I had cancer.
Cancer had attacked his liver, putting Dalton's playing days on hold and his life in jeopardy.
It's very rare or any of our kids are going to face something like Dalton faced, and they have him in the back of their mind every single day.
Game night was that first step on that long road to recovery.
Once the game started, I kind of settled down, the emotions went away and I was more focused about watching the game.
He was watching. His teammate Preston Harrison honored him by wearing his number 33 jersey and scoring a touchdown on the first play of the game. Having
Preston score the first touchdown off the first play of the game with my number, it was heart touching me. I mean, it said something to me. It's just said that God was watching over me. It just sent me a sign, really.
A total stranger would touch his life again in a different way, with the ultimate gift, a new liver and a second chance at life.
I felt sorry for the family, but I was also blessed to have that family, have that donor. I know that I have, someone inside of me. I feel like they're with me now. It's kind of like a guardian angel, kind of. It sounds weird, but I feel like they're always beside me, even though I've never met this person.
His scar tells a story of survival and teaches others anything is possible.
That's my tattoo of my life story right there. I can do more now. It feels like I can actually go to my full potential.
Football is exactly like life. I mean, you face adversity every single day, and you can either overcome it or you don't. In life, you overcome adversity, you have success.
This medical success story, just the first step in the rest of Dalton's new life.
Something so big and so difficult to overcome. I'm just blessed to be able to have that. I'm going to take day by day each now and, live it to the fullest.
Night and day for Roush Fenway Racing of late. The organization struggling most of 2014, last few years, in fact. Things turning around a bit for Greg Biffle and his teammates last weekend at Bristol. All three guys, he, Carl Edwards, and Ricky Stenhouse, in the top 10. The scene shifts to Atlanta tonight. Greg sure could use a win to solidify a spot in the chase with only 2 races remaining. He sees the organization's hard work starting to pay some dividends. Could lead to a nice return at the perfect time for a guy squarely on the hot seat.
We've gotten up front a few times by strategy and staying out, but now we're really making speed in our cars the last 6 weeks, and you know, we're getting to the point where we feel like we're going to get in position to lead some laps.
26-point lead over Kyle Larson. Kevin Harvick, well, he ain't sweating at all. Harvick on the pole for tonight's Cup race at Atlanta. Last night, pretty dominant, happy he was. He led the final 159 laps, cruising to his 3rd win in 11 nationwide starts. To say Harvick, he enjoys himself in North Georgia, I think that would be understating things just a bit.
This has just been a really good racetrack for us in the past. So, you know, I would circle this one every year to come race at and enjoy the challenge of racing here and you know, the rhythm and things it takes to drive the car.
There you have it. Larry Fedora waited till the 11th hour to name a starting quarterback for the season opener last night. It turns out former Mallard Creek star Marquise Williams was definitely the right choice. Williams went off on the Liberty Flames, 4 touchdowns, and the Heels' 56-29 triumph. Great to get the season off on the right foot to win, but the Heels, well, they still have a ways to go before they really find some solid footing.
Everybody basically got their feet wet today. It's a new start, it's a new year, and different bodies at different positions, and it's gonna be sloppy sometimes. But hey, once guys get going, it's gonna be an ugly sight for people.
All right, the emphasis for NC State finishing football games. They did that yesterday behind Jacoby Brissett. Brissett threw for 291 yards and 3 second-half touchdowns to help State rally past Georgia Southern, 24-23. You talk about coming up big when it matters the most. State did it. Could be a sign of things to come.
We really played great fourth quarter ball, and our defense held them up. And like Coach said, Jarvis made a great play, and our defense held them to, I don't think they got a yard on that last drive. And that's what we've been stressing, just playing together, playing as a team, and playing discipline, and focusing on finishing the drive, and that's what we did.
Todd Gurley's got to be the front runner for the Heisman. Thanks a lot, Captain Obvious. Clemson had no answer for Gurley or the Georgia Bulldogs yesterday between the hedges in Athens. The junior running back had a first-half kick return for a score. Also needed only 15 carries to collect a career-high 198 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Tiger D. The bottom line, the dogs off the chain, the Tigers, they were caged.
We need to match their strength down in the fourth quarter. We really believe, we preached to our guys, we talked about it in meetings and certainly in the locker room before we went out, that this game's going to be decided in the fourth quarter. And Georgia was a better team, obviously.
No doubt about that. How about the Panthers? They signed 10 players to their practice squad today, including receiver Tavares King, safety Robert Lester, former Independence and App State standout DJ Smith, a little extra running back depth, too, with the addition of Darren Reeves, receiver Marcus Lucas. Well, he also impressed during training camp as much as one can to actually get on the practice squad. Lucas getting a chance to stick around the Panthers organization. Congratulations to him and everybody else who is still around. Regular season opener right around the corner. We'll take one final look back at the final preseason game last Thursday in Pittsburgh. Chat about that 53-man roster and look ahead to that showdown with Tampa next Sunday, Raymond James Stadium. Can't wait for it. Tonight at 11:30, it is Panthers game day right here on NBC Charlotte. That is sports. We're back with more after the break.